Hello and welcome to the Kayden Show, today's best country mix. And joining us right here today is Gabrielle Metz. Gabrielle, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having
I'm
me.
doing wonderful. Oh, you're very welcome. So, kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into music.
Yeah, so I have been singing for most of my life. All of my life, pretty much. When I was 14, I started writing my own songs, and because of that, I wanted to start learning how to play guitar. So I've been playing guitar for about 7 years now and writing my own stuff. I moved to Nashville at 17. I've been here a little over 4 years. Um, so yeah, just kind of slowly as I've grown up, my love for music kind of grew. And once I decided that's what I wanted to do as a career, I just kind of jumped all in.
That's awesome. And 17, wow, that's a big move for 17.
Yeah, looking back, I was a little bit crazy to do it, but I am glad I did. It has
Absolutely,
worked
yeah.
out.
Yeah, I mean, at that age, but I love how you were able to actually be able to pursue that and actually, be able to do that. That's awesome.
Yeah, my parents were super supportive. They were like, "You have to get a job and find a place to live and pay your bills, but like we support you. Go for it." So I did. I just kind of jumped in, and it thankfully all worked out. So it was the best time for me to do it. My mindset then was I'm never gonna have as little responsibility as I do right now, and making that jump has definitely paid off. So
Yes, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. So, is there something in particular that you love about music?
oh my god, which aspect of music? That's a whole can of worms. Um, Songwriting, I love that it's different every time.
Mhm,
It's fun. I love to do it, but it's never the same thing twice. And I love that kind of unpredictability in
mhm,
songwriting. Um, Music, like actual like playing the piano, playing guitar,
mhm.
learning new instruments. Um, I love it. I love the challenge. Being on stage is a whole other thing. I mean, I could go on for hours about what I love about music in every aspect. But yeah, it's just I've always felt like it's what I was meant to do, and I'm happy to be doing it.
That's true, definitely you gotta follow your passion, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
If you could choose one person that you could either duet or collaborate a song with, who would you choose and why?
So I have two answers for this. Songwriting wise, collaboration with another songwriter. Nicole Gallion is a huge songwriter
Mhm,
here in Nashville that is just like top of my list songwriting wise. Um, Artist wise, I think this changes so often. But right now, I really love Ingrid Andress's stuff, and she's also a fantastic writer. So I think right now that would be my answer. That is subject to change, and it
it
probably
does
does often.
change. Yeah, I mean, people tell me all the time, I bet if I had you on for 2 months now and asked the same question, you'd probably have a different
It's
answer for
different.
me, and that's okay.
Yep.
Yeah, mhm. So do you have any new projects, anything new going on for you? Any new singles, releases?
Yeah, so I actually have a new single coming out next Friday, April the 8th. I'm super excited for this one to be out. I feel like it's my most vulnerable song I've released so far. It's my favorite, I think, lyrically that I have released so far. So we've been working on it for several months. I'm ready to have it out into the world, and then already planning going back in the studio for the next one. So keeping them coming, rolling them out.
Yes, definitely. What advice would you give someone, especially maybe at 17, and since you've been through this, and what if they want to make the move to Nashville, but they don't really know if it's the right fit for them or if they're not going to be really able to, make a living out there? What do you have to say to those people?
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna give a piece of advice that was given to me. So this is not my own. I was lucky enough a few years before I moved to Nashville to I met Kimberly Schlappman, who is in Little Big Town. And I was talking with her, and it was just this small event where we actually got you know, a while to talk with each other. And I told her, I was like, I want to move to Nashville. And, you know, I'm sure I was just going 1,000 miles a minute and just talking her ear off. I was so green and so excited about what I wanted to do. And she looked at me and she was like, I love like your passion and what that you know, you feel like you want to do this. She was like, but just make sure that you are prepared for it in all aspects and make sure that you 100% love it and you love it just for the music. And just because if you want to do it for any other reason, it's going to be so easy to get discouraged with all of the no's, because there are a ton of no's in this profession, be it on the songwriter side, be it on the artist side. There are going to be no's every step of the way. She was like, if you are sure that this is absolutely what you want to do, then go for it 100%, because despite all of the no's, it only takes one yes and your whole life has changed. She was like, and I don't know, that stuck with me. That was almost 10 years ago now that I had that conversation with her, but it has stuck in my brain. And I feel like it's the best advice somebody could have given me, because it made me really do some self-reflecting before I decided to go all in with this. But it was also really encouraging, because she's right. It only takes one yes, and you're all of a sudden, your whole life has changed. So yeah, that's the best advice I have gotten. And so I will just send that back out into the world.
That's very good advice, and that's cool that you got to meet her. That's really cool.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She's so sweet. So sweet.
Very, very cool. So, where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years? Do you have a goal for yourself?
Oh, of course. Again, with the changing answers, I'm sure if you asked me this again in a couple months, this will have changed. But, you know, I think overall, just an overarching goal, I just want to be happy making music and make a living making music. If I'm doing those two things, I'm good. Wherever that takes me, I'm happy with it.
Very, very true, because like you said, there's so many ins and outs of it, and especially if you're doing this independently.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I can't express that enough. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So just want to be happy and make a living. I'm good. I'm good after that.
So do you have any upcoming tours or anything like that going on for you, Gabrielle?
Nothing too concrete right now. Me and a couple other artists are working on a few different legs of some tours, hopefully for the end of summer, first of fall. Definitely right now looking at California, the Southeast and Northeast. If more opportunities, you know, come about, that's fantastic. But those are what's in the works right now.
Wonderful, wonderful. And what do you have something that you like doing outside of music, like for hobbies, interests, anything like that you want to share?
Of course. I always find different things and new things to do. I honestly like anything creative, even if it's not like just taking a break from music and like drawing or painting or just writing, like not songs, just
writing in general.
Yeah, anything like that. I love to do creative things. It's so satisfying. But I also love to like run and meet up with my friends and play sports. We're always like getting into like flag football games and ultimate frisbee and like anything active, hiking. I have a ton of interest outside of music.
Well, that's very cool. Do you have a favorite sport that you like to play?
I don't really know that I have like a favorite to play. I probably go through phases. And I like to watch just about anything. So no, anything.
Anything, yeah. So do you have like a creative process when you're writing new music or making new music? Do you have like a process, or does it just come to your head? How does that work? Take us through that.
Yeah, so the process is always changing. Right now it's kind of funny. My vocal coach has had me doing some like exercises, he was like, just start like randomly rhyming things together whenever you can, just to, and I mean, he just always gives me these little exercises that he's like, just do this randomly throughout the week. And it just always kind of slowly starts making my songwriting better. And he's a fan. I really appreciate his input and his opinion. I think a lot of him, and he has helped my songwriting grow so much. But as for process, I mean, like sometimes I just sit down at the piano and I have a cool piano part and I just start writing to it. And sometimes there's something going on in my life at the very moment that I need to write about, and the lyrics come first, you know? So it's always changing, and that's what I love about it. So I don't really have a set in stone process.
Yeah, that makes sense, so because you really all depends on what you're writing about too, because
Mhm.
writing's different in each song. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
mhm. So I know that you wanted to play a song. You want to tell us a little
Yeah,
bit about what you're gonna do?
absolutely. So as I mentioned before, I do have a new single coming out next week. So I figured I would give you a sneak peek and play it if that's all right.
That's totally all right. We'd love that.
Perfect. Plus, this will be a little, I'm going to play this
Mhm.
on acoustic guitar. So it's going to be a little bit different than the track. But yeah, this is called Mass. And I was just kind of, I walked into this co-write with a couple of friends of mine, and I was like, I'm really bad at opening up to people in relationships. And I had the title, I had Mass in my phone, and this is what we came up with. All my life I've been hiding behind the same smile. Wouldn't let nobody in, 'cause nobody's innocent. And all my life I've been running from myself, 'cause I got all these secrets that I'm not sure I should tell. I'll take off this mask for you. I'll let you break down these walls, just catch me if I fall. I'll take off this mask for you. Answer every question that you want to ask. I'll take off this mask for you. For you. All my life I've pushed people away. Never thought I'd find someone who choose to stay, but I know when I'm with you, I am safe. I wanna let you in, please have a little grace, just have a little grace. I'll take off this mask for you. I'll let you break down these walls, just catch me if I fall. I'll take off this mask for you. Answer every question that you want to ask. I'll take off this mask for you. For you. Darling, I'll let you in when the strangers come. You all alone. I'll take off this mask for you. That is my new song.
That's awesome. And when can people hear that again?
April the 8th. So not tomorrow, but next Friday.
That's awesome. And where can people find you on social media platforms to keep updated with you?
Yes. So my Instagram is Gabrielle Metz Music. The rest of my social media is just Gab Metz Music. So that's GABMETZ Music. Or you can find it all in one place at my website, GabrielleMetz.com.
That's awesome. And is there anything that I forgot that you'd like to talk about before we hop off?
No, I don't think so. Just that new song coming out. That's what's on the books for me right now.
That's awesome. Thank you so much to Gabrielle Metz for joining us right here on the King Ward Show, today's Best Country Mix. We appreciate your time to come on here today so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.